Since the dawn of Dragon Ball FighterZ, all players have feared the immeasurable power of the incredible, terrifying, awe-inspiring God of Destruction. Just kidding. Beerus has pretty much sucked since day one. The Dragon Ball FighterZ devs seem to have been so concerned with avoiding making Beerus overpowered that they accidentally went the opposite direction and made him awful. They basically swapped his and Yamcha's canon power levels. Whoops. But this is Season 3, and these days just about any character is viable. I reached out to JustRelaxKid, a devoted Beerus main and absolutely hysterical Twitch streamer who has been, as he likes to say, putting people's shoes on with Beerus for the lifespan of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Today we'll talk about why he runs Beerus God of Destruction, how he runs Beerus God of Destruction, and why you should consider playing this underrated character. What's up, y'all? KRCPinto here. I'm hanging out with JustRelaxKid. He is the head of the Church of Oppression. He plays Beerus and keeps a bunch of other low-tier characters in his pocket to put your shoes on with. JRK, how you doing today, man?
Hey, howdy doodly. I don't know, I was thinking of any other way to come in, so I just like Ned Flanders.
I think that was perfect. That was a perfect way to come in.
No, I went to sleep to watching The Simpsons. I don't even know why I did that, because I don't even like The Simpsons. No. I guess because they're a classic, but I don't know.
Well, I'm going to ask you some questions about Beerus today, who I believe is your favorite character. He's been on pretty much every team you've played, even though the other characters change out around him. He's always there, right?
Yep, I made that character. I pocket everyone else.
All right, perfect. Well, let's hop into a match and get talking about the cat. Sound good?
All right.
First up, what is your favorite move of Beerus's and why? This is the lowball question. That right there?
Yep.
Why is that?
Because it's a funny joke to pull, especially during the day. His jokes. It's a very quick move to do, and it's his only orb move that he can do on block that he can also do into like any of his heavy attacks. In the other move, you know, it takes time, takes forever to come out, but at least with this one, his sneeze, like if you just block it for a second, I keep hitting the down reset button. But if you're blocking, I can do that. But with this, I can't do that. But instead, I can mix it in with my other stuff. So
interesting.
So I can mix all that in, and it's just, you know, it's a good little set tool. Also, just do it stand still for people who love to reflect. So there's plenty of other mix-up options. I just love his pressure with it, but this is just his only move that he has that's funny and also has, like, it opens up the door for a lot of tools, whether it's people who love to mash or love to just stand there and block. It's a good way to just kind of sit there and see what they're gonna do. And the only move I can block on that, unless you super dash.
Okay. So going into this episode, I've done a few episodes of this now. I know a little something about almost every character I've talked about, but Beerus I actually know pretty much zero about. I expected to learn something new about him. Already learned something new. I didn't know that he could only cancel the sneeze orb.
Yeah, that's the only orb he can cancel out. It's a shame, but hey, you know, Arc Systems one day will get.
Is that one of the buffs you're looking for? The ability to cancel the other orbs?
No. I want the recovery on these orbs to be faster. Okay. See, I want to be able to block immediately after this. I can't. Super dash me when I pull this out. As soon as you see me call this orb super dash. I can't block that. One more time.
Oh, slow there.
Okay. Ready? I can't block that. I'm holding back the entire time. I can't block that. I'm not kicking the orb. I'm literally doing the cancel animation, and I can't block it. I cannot block you after that. So yeah, I want the recovery to be on that, like, way quicker. That's something simple that he doesn't even have. So it's dangerous even just setting an orb out here, especially for people who just love super dashing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I'd really love to be able to cancel into this 2H. That'd be even greater. And if this 2H if the startup was faster on it, Because if it was faster, I'd catch a lot more people out of Super Dash than I do normally. But let this be faster. Oh, I'd be happy. You know, if I can cancel out of that, that'd be great too. That's one of the buffs I was looking forward to, though. It's just being able to do that.
They make him
block something simple.
I feel like that'd make him really effective at like trapping people too, which I feel like it plays into his style. Like, you know, he's a lot of setup with the orbs.
Because if I could cancel a lot of things out of the orbs anyway, it'd be a lot easier for people who don't respect the orbs already, who love super dashing as soon as they see it, you know?
Yeah.
So it'd be a reason, because it already doesn't have, it only has Key Blast properties, you know? But like Trunks 5 Vest, anything can just destroy it, you know?
Right.
Anything you do, and on block they disappear. So like, I'm not even asking that they stay on block. Just help me out here. Like, give us more options to do to punish our opponents for not respecting these things that y'all don't respect. Because rocks have more priority than orbs. Rocks have more priority than orbs of destruction. How?
It doesn't make any sense.
Sway? You don't have the answers. You don't have the answers, Pinto. You don't have the answers.
I mean, did you see?
I don't want to hear it. You don't have the answers. You don't. You don't have the answers, Pinto. You don't have the answers.
Oh man, I love the passion, dude. I love it. You love to see it.
You just, no one has the answers, bro. They just say get better, bro. But nobody has the answers, Sway.
Fair enough.
I apologize for that. What's up?
That outburst was phenomenal. Thank you for that. All right, next question. What is your favorite assist of Beerus's and why? Like, team composition aside, what's just like in a perfect world? A assist?
Yeah. His
Why?
A assist, it's because it's I super dash a lot. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's really super dash friendly. So you super dash to assist. It's like frame trap capability. So even if you block the orb that comes out, he kicks you right afterwards, and it has a really long hit stun. So you're just launched in the air for a long ass time. If you do try to mash out of it or try to mash reflect afterwards or anything, you're gonna get punished for it. So it's a good little Kazunoko move right there, or just a move you can just randomly throw out and it'll kind of save you. But
Makes
I think
sense.
it's assist, yeah, and it works with every team that I wanted to work with. I mean, now granted, the B assist I would say is his better assist, would be probably the best assist damage wise, you know, but I feel like all around I'd go with his A assist.
All right, so for people who play Beerus, what do you think is like a winning neutral tip that is underutilized? What's something you do in neutral that you don't see other Beerus players do that you think everyone should do?
The same thing that I'll tell you not to do.
Okay.
Use his orbs more, but I'd say mainly his 2S. I'd say people don't use his 2S more. Like, he did hit it's a buff, but it's the fact that he can call these out consecutively now, right?
Right.
So now, like, there's just situations I can just throw out 2 and just kind of stop, or just throw out 1, and then, you know, it's a good bait tool. Like I said, in general, it's a good little neutral tool. And another thing about it, his orbs that I'll say is just like, I wouldn't go about kicking it, because another thing that I want with his buffs are if you kick his orbs, if you're super dashing as I kick the orb, you at least get kicked for it, you know? So whether I can do this, because if I just lay this out and you super dash and I can't block in time, at least make it to where if I'm kicking this orb and you super dash, because try super dash as soon as I bring the orb out. I can't kick you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I should at least be able to kick you. I'm not saying the orb should like knock you out, but let me kick you. Give me something like that, but you know, ain't got the answer, so it's all right.
Do you like them best as like a setup tool or more of like an offensive tool? Like, you know, you said like you don't like kicking them too much because people can super dash it, but do you try to like mix it up?
It's character specific. So against Go Tanks, I wouldn't fuck around with these orbs at all. The only times I use my orbs are for pressure. So like, just keep blocking. This right here, if you do not reflect, you can't do anything else afterwards. You have to take this pressure. You have to take the pressure. So if you don't block, if you don't reflect, so like try to reflect when I call him out. Now you can reflect that, right? You can reflect the orb too, if you know it's coming. But you can reflect, right? Now just imagine this. Reflect again. Or my bad. But yeah, do it again. there's times like I could just, you know what I'm saying? I can just bait you now, and you can now if you reflect, and I can just, my bad, but yeah, if you reflect, I can just sit that out there and just wait for you to reflect, and then get a free 2-1 off of you. Well, there's different ways though. So when it's more of it's a conditioning tool, it's a pressure tool. It can be used for set, but I don't like it against characters like Go Tanks with air beams. Like air beams and like, you know, properties that are above Ki Blast. I don't like doing that against. So honestly, fair enough. He doesn't really have many good matchups, like, except like Blue Goku or Bardock is like probably one of his best matchups, believe it or not. Because he has no way of getting, Bardock has no way of getting past these orbs besides super dashing.
That makes sense.
So I keep you far enough, just throw this out, and what are you gonna do besides super dash?
I actually want to
punch through these orbs.
I want to ask you about those because you did this setup, but it killed me in our games where you pulled those out and then you just raw vanished me and knocked me into them. Can you combo off of that?
Oh my god!
I did it. Oh man, right into him.
Yeah, if I super dash fast enough, or usually I'll just call a C assist. So I'll just. 18, you want to come out? Jeez.
I like that. He kind of bounced around there. There we go.
Yeah, but you know, try to go fast enough. Yeah, you can pull those off. Yeah. All right, so when I do it, it will be. Oops, my bad. It will be more ideal like this. Now you're in that setup. I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's a lot of value out of a raw vanish compared to what most characters would get there.
Yeah, but I mean, you would think that, but all you'd have to do is super dash right there. So I still kind of got to guess. Either you're going to sit there and block or you got to super dash. Super dash, I can just 2H you though. But majority of the time people would just block, so I get a free setup right there anyway.
Do you find that people are more disrespectful of Beerus because people like think his orbs are kind of pushover attack, or do you find that people are really respectful of him because maybe like lack of matchup knowledge or like fear of the orbs? Does it kind of flutter between the two, or is it like lean one way?
Do one thing flashy with Beerus and fear sets in immediately. Just one thing flashy with Beerus. That's all you have to do.
All right, so in terms of pressure and mix-up, we've talked about like using the orbs as pressure. Is there like a go-to mix-up you use when you're really trying to trip people up, or something that he has in his toolkit that you don't think Beerus players use enough to mix?
No, I think every Beerus player kind of has their own. That's the thing I love about Beerus. Every Beerus player has like their own mix-ups, their own capabilities, their own style of play. I would consider myself more of like a Vegito type of Beerus, as in like I rely more on just keep blocking. I rely more on pressure. Like I'd expect you to mash right there just so I can do that. And then like if you block this, I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'll try something else.
Oh man.
But like, you know, eventually, you know, I'm gonna open you up. I'm gonna figure you don't have to do all this crazy cross up left this. I can just hit you with like a long ass assist with like 18 C assists. You'll be hitting that if you're blocking. I can just double overhead or just, you know, make you guess which way I'm gonna go. You know, you don't know.
Yeah, and you did
and
sincerely
throw orb there so you can respect it. And if you do respect, I get you to the point where you start respecting the orbs. Like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Fuck it, I'm a block. Then you just get Dragon Rush. You're just like, oh, okay, well, fuck that.
That makes sense. I mean, you did sincerely open me up there in that block string. I was trying to actually block it. So there you go. Fair enough.
There are other Beeruses, if you block here, there's other Beeruses that'll use this for like mix-ups, you know?
Yeah.
You have those for cross-ups. You have these. Some people just like coming in, just, you know. It depends. The longer you play Beerus, it's just every Beerus has their own style, and that's why I love Beerus so much. It's just you can't find one Beerus player that plays exactly like the other one.
Are you your favorite Beerus player?
Am I my favorite Beerus player?
Yeah.
No, I'm not my favorite Beerus player.
Who's your favorite Beerus player?
Shit. Damn. I can't. It's gonna sound weird, but like I don't have a favorite Beerus player. I just like I fucks with all of them.
Who are the ones
like
to
I said,
watch?
They all got their saying. I watch Necro, Skeezer, my boy. Fuck. Oh, they gonna kill me because I Zelia, man, Zelia actually put my shoes on recently when I played against him. That man put my shoes on. He got to rip my fade again, bro.
Back to the pressure in the block strings. Is that your go-to move to just kind of test out what people are gonna do? That orb.
Well, I'm gonna have to bring him out, but yeah, that's my go-to. I just kind of figure out like. Cause like either you know the matchup or you don't. Either you see, cause like I said, a lot of people don't respect the orbs. Some people do respect the orbs. Some people know the matchup. Some people don't. But you never run into Beerus. You know, you said you kind of know the ins and out of every character except Beerus. So if you're blocking, hopefully. If I'm just doing this and I don't, and you know, I just do that immediately. I come in and I'm like, cause most people they get kicked once this happens, they're mashing immediately. You know. Because they don't know it's not their turn unless they reflect right there, you know. So I'll just abuse that until you know, pick up on it. And once you pick up on it, you start reflecting. Then I'll just throw that there and let you reflect and get a free 2M. Get the damage out. By the time you've adapted to that, you've already lost a character and a half, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'll come into the next one and then we'll start going to mix-ups, but I'm not going to start pulling out my trump cards and immediately doing all this extra mix-ups and stuff, you know, if you don't know how to block the simple ABC. You know?
Right. That makes sense. It's kind of like a build-up offense. Like you see what they can handle.
It's great because once you start doing that and you start conditioning them for other stuff and start doing mix-ups, you can go right back to ABC and start opening them back up again.
I gotta say, his little crouch animation he does there. Can you just crouch him real quick? I feel like that suits everything you're saying. Like he's just watching and waiting to see me like throw out a reflect that's not gonna work, so he can punish it. This is like it plays into your personality so far. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. That pretty much is that's what I look at it as. Yeah. Right. Just like, hey, what are you gonna do? Do something dumb so you can be oppressed for it.
Too funny, man.
And this is amazing too. Just throwing this out down there.
Yep.
That's super quick because it's gonna automatically knock you down. He's there immediately, so I can 2M immediately as soon as it's the floor. And that's free damage right there.
Yeah. Do you have anything particularly beneficial that he can do in the corner? Like, is there like a sick combo route that you should know if you're playing Beerus, or like, is there?
Oh, the Norwegian reset. What do you mean?
Oh yes, dude. Okay, I hear you say that in your videos all the time. Please explain the Norwegian reset. Let's learn the Norwegian reset.
Okay, we'll start blocking right now. So it's pretty much this hit you with that orb, and you're kind of just stuck into that loop.
Why is it Norwegian? Did you make that up, or did a Norwegian make that up?
I just made it up. Just every reset that I do has a specific name. Like Android 17 has the BTS reset, and it's a reset that I do out of his records. So it's pretty much that's just the reset I do with them, and the way you can get out of it is if you super dash. So like try super dashing as soon as you see that orb.
Gotcha.
Well, you know, like. Because you're up tech, so as soon as you kind of up tech, you're gonna up tech into it. So, wow.
Oh, there's 2H. There you go.
Yeah. So I can just do that and just 2H immediately out of it. As long as I get you on block, I can do that. There's just always round. Oh, you don't have to get hit by it either. So if you choose not to get hit by it. It will work. So like if you choose to get hit by the orb, my bad, as you're up tacking, you won't get stuck into that reset. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but then you're stuck in block in the air, so that's a whole
No, you're not.
issue. No?
Like switch. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Switch trunks from that. Oh.
There we go.
Okay, I'll show you. Okay, why don't you do this? Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, now, like up tech real quick. Like when you come down, just yeah. If you get hit, I can't do anything after that.
Gotcha.
But there is another way. If I notice you get hit by it often, I'll just do this.
Ooh.
Now you're stuck in that. You know what I'm saying? So there's always another way around it. It's just kind of pick your poison. So it's still a guessing game for me, as well as it's a guessing game for you. But that's only if you adapt to it. So even if you do get hit, even if you do block that for the reset and then you go down to the ground, and like you can block low still. You don't have to like choose to get hit. You can block the orb and then block low, and then just try to keep blocking your way down and just until But like I said, what if you get hit by that and then you keep blocking? I just dragon rush you.
Makes sense.
I can do that as soon as you block the orb. I can just dragon rush you. So there's so many options. You're just like, oh, let's see if I can guess right, and it's off of a simple reset right there.
Right. Is there any specific way you have to set that up, or is it just like any soft knockdown you can get it going?
Yeah, any soft knockdown. I don't have to be at a specific level. Just make sure you're not like all the way like at 2H level, super high up in the air, but like, at a good enough distance, like somewhere up in between there, you'll be all right.
Okay, cool. That's a sweet thing. I like that. Norwegian Reset.
Yeah, it's the names. You gotta make them up.
Hey, it's a good name. I think you did a good job. All right, kill this little rat. And restart. Because the next question is about Oki. So I need characters for you to kill.
Oh, Oki. Oh, well, see, and then it goes my chat right there in my stream telling me about the Oki, the famous disco ball for a dance.
Oh, let's do it.
All right, he's level 3 Oki. Well, you won't get none of that mid-screen, okay? You won't get no Oki mid-screen with this guy, okay? That's just something that's not gonna happen. Your best bet of an Oki for him is his 2M. So when people are waking up, I'll tend to 2M after level 3. I'll 2M you from right here, because when people wake up, no one's expecting it to be 2M from all the way across screen.
Right.
So that'll work sometimes. Or if you got like a little bit of health left, I'll do that. And if you block it, I'll just do that into a 6M and get a free hit off. If I need like one hit. Well, if I got assist there. But that's, But if you do it here, the disco ball for a dance. Now, if you want this Oki level 3, you're going to need something like this. All right. Now block, make sure. Gonna put the disco ball up for a dance.
There we go.
So that's just something simple, because when you see the orb, on a hard knockdown, you got nothing but time. Now, I can't set these 6 orbs up with that hard knockdown. That sucks, because it takes so damn long to set these up that by the time you get up, you can literally get up and just like mash 5L. You'll be okay.
Right.
But, with a hard knockdown, like after a dragon rush or something, then I'll do my 6 orbs. So Beerus has lots of weird things to him, okay? Let me see. But yeah, that disco ball for a dance, it's literally just there for bait. It's just there for show. I throw this up there. You're gonna see that. You don't know what's coming. You're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna block Dragon Rush. So it's technically a dance.
Makes sense. Dude, you with the nicknames. You gotta be the nickname god of Dragon Ball Fighters.
If you play this game for 2 years, you learn how to entertain yourself.
I believe it. Sweet, man. That's a good Oki tip. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's different ones for every, like this one right here. If I get you with that knockdown with that, then that's usually my go-to right there. That's my go-to setup. So if it's a knockdown from like that slam, that's my Oki, because a lot of people will up tech on the wake up or they'll stay there, but it covers almost everything. Just that move. So like if you up tech, you get hit in the block sign, or if you wake up and a lot of people like to in the corner, they like to wake up and up back.
Right.
Up back in the corner and do like 5H or whatever, So a lot of people like to do that. So my best bet is I come down and I run and just call that, and you're kind of stuck in the string. I can do whatever I want,
Right.
If I want to. I can do that, or even funnier. Oops, my bad. I just do this. I can do so many other options with it,
Right.
Or like this, for instance, okay. But with these harder knockdowns, I would do 6 orbs. Now that comes out faster. You can't do anything by the time I wake up with that, right? So now I have plenty of options. I can just keep doing that. I can Let's see. Any option I think of, I can just throw that up there again. And, you know, there's still plenty of options I can do. One of my favorite ones would be...
Yep.
I'm on that side. You know, it's too much you got to worry about. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
so
for sure.
There's not really any way you can get out of that. And the only way you can get out is super dash. But if you super dash, which I usually predict people will super dash, so don't even super dash right here. Just like block.
Okay.
Yeah. So just in case, like, you know about it, and I still think you might super dash. I still got so many other options to do. So if you do block that, I can just come in. I can do that, or I can last one. Just keep on blocking.
Oh man, yeah, there's a lot happening here. I'm surprised I lasted that long.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, if you can try to block it, like, oh my bad, just block it, just pray. Oh,
there it is.
Even make it through the opening credits on that, but yeah, he has plenty. You said teach him Sparkle? No, Sparkle is just 6M. That's just any time you land a 6M on somebody, you yell Sparkle. But that's yeah.
It's a lot of visual noise happening.
It's a lot. It's just you gotta base it off visual cues. You know, if soft knockdown means a reset's probably coming. You get his 214M knockdowns, then I'll come in with the 214M, you know, setup.
Right.
Harder knockdowns, like off Dragon Rush, I use my 6 orbs. It's different setup for everything, but it's bearish. You need plenty of singing. But
is there any benefit to, like, could he do something in the corner with the 6 orbs, like similar to the Goki, where he could like backdash and set it up? Would there be any benefit there, like beta super dash or something like that?
First of all, Master, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, the follow notification came up out of here. What you just said.
You're fine, man. I said, is there like any benefit to doing something like Gotenks Goki, where you like knock them down and backdash and set up the 6 orbs? Like, could you like bait super dashes or like kick the orbs at people or something like that?
I do that a lot. I just wouldn't do it to like, I don't do it to people with air beams, but like Trunks, for an instance, like naturally when you saw orbs coming out, you would 5S, right? So
right.
Like 5S now, like just, you know, just what you would do. Oops, my bad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was that
like,
his jump 2H?
Huh?
Did you just do his jump 2H to move?
2H, so like I would spark right now, just spark. So like anyway, like just okay, well not with Trunks, but like Zipley, I could just do that, and then when you saw that, then I'd do that a lot earlier. I wouldn't 6 orb Trunks because it's fucking 5S. It's so fast. But if you use anyone with a beam per se, like if you used his beam, I can throw these orbs out and then react to it a lot quicker. But his 5S is so damn fast. Normally I would just put out 1 orb, or at anything I just keep pressure on him because you don't want to be in a shootout against Trunks. Just like I don't want to be in a shootout versus anybody in this damn game. But if they don't have air, like air beams or like air a lot of things, like, you know, yeah, if they don't have air beams, I'm fine. I can play with these orbs as much as I want.
Do you use the jump 2H as like a mobility tool often? Is that something like you do regularly?
You have to. Like if you're using, you know, all the freezes out here, all the Brolys, you know, you're playing against Broly, they're just gonna sit here and just spam you to death, you know?
Right.
They don't, and their only option is like for air, you know, for air spam is just key blast, so you can super dash through that, right? But you know, with here they can bait you with their key blast and then go into a, you know, their whatever eraser cannon, whatever the hell you call it.
Right.
Same with the super brawlers, you know, they can do that into their little cannons, but I can just jump and then jump over it, you know. And by the time you recover from it, then I'm already coming down with a 5L, you know. I've baited people out of that so many times where I'll just throw this orb out or just throw these 6 orbs out, because by the time you have to throw like a Masenko, for example, or a Kamehameha beam or whatever, I can already throw these orbs out, jump up here and do that by the time you get that out. The only person who gets away with that is Trunks because of that 5S, you know,
Right.
or anybody that has something like that that's super fast.
Okay, that's interesting. I've never seen.
There's
I don't
all
think I've ever
matchups.
seen a Beerus player do that before. That was the first time I've ever seen that.
Nah, you gotta have different ways of getting in, especially because I've realized with the teams I play, like I don't play a lot characters with beams, so I don't have like multiple ways of really getting in. So when I play teams like Team Rocket, my only way of getting in is like super dash into assist, exhibit A, or using Android 18's assist, you know, which
Right.
that keeps you in that stun. Which ways I can make sure you get hit by that is call out these 6 orbs, and by the time you are on wake up, I can shoot these orbs at you, and then call 18's assist, and you're kind of stuck in that little block stun. So block real quick, and then I'm coming in already, you know?
Right. All right, this
Yep.
one has a caveat to it because this question is all about defense. What I normally ask here is, you know, what are your character's options when they're stuck in a block string or like they're stuck in some pressure? Yeah, that's the obvious answer.
This is the best DP in the game. The best DP in the game. I
Is
don't
there
care.
is there a wrong time to call it?
Yeah, when your opponent is full screen from you or like not near me, yeah, it'd be a terrible time to call it.
Let's talk like in pressure. Like, is there some like I'm sitting here doing whatever I'm doing? Well,
Okay. Is there like a wrong time?
Yeah.
Against frame trap characters, I'd say. So characters like Hit, or just people with like knowledge of knowledge of just how DPs work in general, you know, of just like baiting out DPs. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But Beerus is one of the few people who can DP and still can be somewhat safe if you don't react to it quick enough. In a sense, like say you block this, right? Say you block this, now try to 2M.
Oh, I mean,
That's it. Yeah. Like you're not ready for it. Like we're just doing something casual where you just got off of super dash and I just, oh shit. And I can do it twice, like back to back. So me doing it, I'm not hanging my body out there like this, like Vegito or Gogeta or something. I mean, like Gogeta or Vegeta or something like that, you know? I'm still here. I'm stationary. It's not safe. You can still punish it. But if you don't react fast enough, I can just block or I can just spam it again and then hit you. You know?
yeah, I definitely. That's an interesting point you brought up that it doesn't travel because the ones that come to my mind, just from people I play most often, are adult Gohans and Coolers, and those both, you know, if you block them, those guys are directly above your head.
It's just like,
2H
damn, man, it's not my turn. I knew it's not my turn. I'm going to die unless I vanish here, and it's going to be an obvious vanish, so I don't know what to do. Oh, God.
Yep. So it's, yeah, I like that his, you know, just pops up a little bit and he's in place. And that was interesting that he jumped over my 2M. That was
Oh, yeah. You can, yeah, it's kind of lucky. He gets a little jump off the ground with it. I mean, obviously, for the mashers out there, this is fast as hell. That 5L is fast. There's no range, but like I said, if you're stuck in a block string, you know, they're right next to you. So if they're doing like a frame trap, you know, they're like slowly bringing their buttons out, like, you know,
right.
this, that, you know, something like that. You could just poke out a little bit, like, maybe. Okay, cool. You know, 5L that, you know. And then before you know it, it's your turn again. So I still plenty of turns with this, although it's like no range, but I don't really have a big ass problem with this, to be honest.
And like if it's a mash button, you don't really need the range because they're on top of you anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like everyone's like, oh yeah, this 5L needs correcting, but actual Beerus players, like this isn't really that big of a deal to us, to be honest. I mean, sure, if they got buffed and they had more range, that'd be nice, but that ain't what's on our like plate of what we want. I'd say I'm sure that there's some things that I don't cover that other Beerus players would actually want, but most of them said that I covered pretty much about everything with my videos about Beerus buffs and, you know, what he could get buffed, what we'd like to see buff.
if someone came to you They said, Just Relax Kid, I'm on the fence about picking up Beerus. I kind of want to play him, but I'm not positive. And you had to convince them, push them over to your side of the fence, bring them over to the Church of Oppression. What would you say to them? Why should someone play this character?
I mean, honestly, I just tell people that really want to get into Beerus, if you just really love the character, if you just like the character like as in the show, and you're really interested in the character in the game, like his play style, and it fits you, I'd say go for it, you know. But you gotta actually want to put in some time with it. The problem is people want to do what you do, but they don't want to like do it if it's hard. I'll do one of the most simplest combos, and they'll be like, oh damn bro, I can't do that. And I'm like, why? I can do it. This is my first fighting game. I wasn't in no fighting game scene. I learned all my FGC lingo and all that through this game. And it's just because I really wanted to be good at the game. And I was like, if you really want to be good with the character, it's not you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be hard to convince you if you really want to play a character, you know? It's up to you to really want to get out of it. Do you want to sit there? Are you having fun with the game right now with the players you're playing?
Me personally, yeah. But
well, yeah, you are. But if the person that wants to play Beerus, and I'm like, why do you want to play Beerus? And you're like, because he's cool. And I'm like, well, play him then. See if he's cool. And you're like, he's bottom of the tier list. Then make him not bottom of the tier list. I can pull up people at tournaments and stuff that will play certain characters that people thought were terrible. Like everyone was saying like Base Goku's decent, but he's not really all that. And then here comes Wawa. Now everyone's throwing Base Goku at like top of their tier list. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, love that, dude.
And you know, and so now and it's like actual everybody's like, no, if we actually look into Base Goku, he's really, really tough. I'm like, but nobody was really looking into this character until you brought that character up there, you know? Yep. Until Wawa did what he was doing with that character. I'm not saying you have to make it to that level, but you're telling me you can't beat Jimmy online? That's an angel rank with this character if you work with him a little bit, you know? Basic stuff right here. So you want to learn Beerus, right? You want to learn Beerus. This is the easiest way where I learn a character. Learn the characters in and outs. When I say the in and outs, what does this do? What does this quarter circle light do? That's what it does, okay? That's if I hold it. What if I just tap it? He kicks it. Okay, cool. What if I throw that? Okay, the medium comes up. He does that. Fine. I know all his moves, his ins and out. I know what every move does, okay? Now, just watch somebody play that character at a high level. When you see them do that move, when you see them do a combo, you look at that combo. You replay that combo. You imitate that combo. You should know the characters in and outs. You should know what each move does in that specific order, right? So just do that until you get it, and pause and play until you get 100% of that combo. I look at what that person does with that character in neutral majority of the time. What does he do in certain situations? To people who like to super dash a lot, people like to mash. What does he do when he's pressured in the corner a lot? How does he get out of it? What assist is most favorable with that character? Or can I make work with that character? Can I make this character work with the two characters that I already love playing? Or do I have to completely rearrange my entire team just to make this character work? You got to put those into example. But we got 3 assists, so you can make every character work.
Yep, worst case, you throw a C assist on them and can't go wrong there.
Exactly. I'm like, worst case scenario, you just got to throw a C assist on them. That's worst case scenario. But I think you'd be good.
You know, and I think that's a fair assessment. You can't be a god of destruction without putting in the hard work, but then you get to be a god of destruction. So, you know, it pays off. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by the channel today. Thanks for teaching us a lot about Beerus, talking through it. A lot of stuff for me in there that I didn't know before. And all really, really sweet stuff. He's an interesting character, and you know, I'm glad guys like you were playing him and figuring him out a little bit.
I appreciate that anytime. Thanks for having me, brothers.
Anything you want to plug here? I mean, you know, you got a good following on Twitch. You got a strong YouTube channel. Any specific projects people should check out if they want to see more of you?
No, not yet. I just kind of did this to, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, the brother homie asked to help out, so I decided to help out. You know what I'm saying? Come down, show some love, you know, expand the knowledge of oppressionism. That's all I want to do.
Yep. If you want to join the Church of Oppressionism, go follow JustRelaxKid on Twitch. Sub his YouTube channel. Follow him on Twitter.
Oh, I
It's a
will
good
be
time.
on the front page of Twitch though on September 14th.
Really?
At 9 a.m. Pacific time. Wait, what's Pacific time? Pacific? Yeah, Pacific time.
That's 2 hours
West
behind
Coast.
us.
Yeah, 2 hours behind. Yeah, at 9 a.m. I'll be on there. I'll be on the front page. So yeah.
September 14th.
Giggity out.
Okay. Sweet. All right, man.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for that.
Appreciate it. Yep. That's about it.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Talk to you
Giggity
soon.
out. Yes, sir.